This past draft, the Lakers traded $4 million cash to move from the 47th pick of the NBA draft to the 40th. The Nets once infamously traded the pick that became Kyle Korver for some pocket change and, with it, the ability to buy a new copy machine. Using cash considerations is like buying something on Craigslist. You have no clue how good what you're getting is, but it's on Craigslist, so it can't possibly be that good. And the person selling it is almost always doing it either because there's something wrong with it, or because they simply can't afford to keep it. Unrelated, have you ever hated working with someone so much that you'd be willing to pay their severance out of pocket? Most of you, I hope, are good people and would immediately say no. I personally would have to think about it for a while. I mean, I think I'd eventually decide against it. Ignoring moral reasons, severance is pretty expensive no matter the job, and I am a recently graduated college student living at home. I just don't have that type of liquid cash. It gets even more expensive when you consider that coworker just so happens to be making millions of dollars a year, hates you back, and your boss doesn't want to take sides while ultimately ceding control to you. What would you do? Well, Timberwolves GM David Kahn played a fascinatingly idiotic little game of buyout chicken with head coach Kurt Rambis. Rambis, most known for getting absolutely demolished by Kevin McHale, replaced McHale as Timberwolves head coach in 2009. He signed his 4-year, $8 million contract and joined a team with 2 top 6 picks in the 2009 NBA draft. All of you know what happens here. I don't want to talk about it. I don't think I can. Fast forward a couple of years and Kahn wants to get rid of Rambis, and you kind of can't blame him for it from a basketball standpoint either. Here's every single NBA head coach of all time, all 346 of them, including interim guys, mapped on games coached and games over or under 500. Here's current head coach Chris Finch. Here's the Wolves leader in all-time coaching wins, Flip Saunders. Here's Kevin McHale, who Kurt Rambis just replaced. And here, my friends, is Mr. Daryl Kurt Rambis. He had coached 32 wins for the Wolves in 2 whole seasons. It's safe to say that almost no one lost at the rate that Rambis did in such a short period of time. Aside from the on-court reasons for a separation, there's the fact that Kahn and Rambis just absolutely hated each other. Described here as, quote-unquote, little respect for Kahn's basketball acumen and perhaps even less of a personal affinity for him, Rambis clashed with Kahn immediately. Here's them at practice together in May of 2011, not even looking at each other despite sitting in adjacent seats. Most notably for this micro-beef history, David Kahn assigned Rambis homework. Going into the summer of 2011, Kahn required Rambis to write an extended report on things that he had learned from coaching and what he would change to improve. Rambis, a 53-year-old man at the time, bristled at being treated like a middle schooler. Winning 16 games per season is a fast way to get fired, and for basically any other franchise, that would have been the case. Rambis would have been bought out, Kahn would have chosen a successor early in the process, while the playoffs happened without the Wolves. However, this is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Team owner Glenn Taylor told Kahn unequivocally that he would not pay Rambis' remaining $4 million contract out of pocket. Kahn pivoted to offering Rambis a position in the front office, keeping his contract around, but making an opening for a new coach. Can you just take a second to imagine that from Rambis' perspective? Here's this greasy attorney turned sports writer turned executive who you absolutely hate working with, who absolutely hates working with you, and he is offering you a promotion where the two of you would have to work together even more and be around each other literally all the time. It's a lose-lose. Something had to be done. Something crazy and unprecedented. And it all came to a head in the night of the 2011 NBA draft. Kahn turned the 20th pick in the NBA draft and his year 3 top 6 pick into 3 second-rounders, a projected future first, and some petty cash. He had gotten that 20th pick by trading beloved big Al Jefferson, who was the only real return from the Kevin Garnett trade from years before, for Canis Hoopus and an additional first-round pick. With that additional first-round pick, Kahn traded for Chase Budinger. So, what did Kahn do with that saved money? Well, obviously he fired Rambis, and he brought in Rick Adelman. And what did it all cost? Well, here are the career stats of every draftee Kahn traded on that draft night. And here are the stats of the 2 players Kahn kept. Now, here's their career earnings. Well, guys, it looks like we were all wrong here. Kahn's the real big winner. I mean, look, he didn't have to pay any of those contracts. Since we're already on the topic of CBAs and contract values, I wanted to try to explain how the MLS's cap tables work as fast as possible because, everyone's talking about it with Messi. So basically there's GAM money, there's TAM money, and then there's, the Beckham rule, which means that there are contracts that don't count towards the cap. Why are you leaving? I'm trying my best, please, this is not enough time.